United Nations delegation, ambassadors. All of these people belong to the Trilateral Commission and the Council on Foreign Relations. Now you know why America's going to hell? Because the same people that cause the problem are the same people you're looking for the solution to. Department of Defense. I mean, these bastards got the nerve to get on TV and lie right to our faces when they belong to the CFR. Department of the Treasury. We're going to get to that dollar bill in a minute. The White House staff. I could have told you Clinton was going to be president again a long time ago because his name is at the top. He's a CFR man, Trilateral Commission, and he belongs to the Bilderberger Group. There's some other names we should point out on there, but I want to give you the Federal Reserve. Who's the Federal Reserve owned by? Coca-Cola Company, DuPont, Exxon Corporation, Ford, General Electric, IBM, Pepsi. You see Messi Jackson out there, him and Al Sharpton protesting Texaco? Well, hell, I could have told him about Texaco a long damn time ago, that they were racist. AT&T, Chevron, Chrysler, Bristol Myers. I'm just getting familiar with what's on this chart right here. And it actually names the names. If you take your time and you go over the names, you'll probably see some people on here that you know. The House of Representatives, Congress, senators. All of these people are in cahoots, man. I'm going to tell you straight up, ain't no sense in you running for no office. If you're not part of their group, if you're not in, you out of luck. You SOL. The financial institutions. Capital Trust. And we failed to get this, we took some pictures of some things downtown, and we didn't get it developed. But Wachovia, how many people bank at Wachovia? But really needs to watch over your money. But they have a bulletin board up that says, what does it say again? Changes in the chip. How many people seen that? It's downtown. All you need to do is pay attention. Changes in the chip. We're going to deal with the chip in a minute. Now, check out these foundations. Rockefeller, Ford, Carnegie. These foundations here, these are tax-free foundations. These people are not taxed. Their money is free. All right? All the money that they get, guess where they get the money from? No, the secret societies. Give them the money. They tax us however they want to tax us, but their money is tax-free money. Now, later on in the lecture, I'm going to show you what these foundations do, who they finance. A lot of these comedy shows that come to town, who sponsors them? Come on, talk to me, you know. Coca-Cola, Budweiser, the same people that got you drunk every damn weekend, sending you to Grady. Right? New York Times, Wall Street Journal, Washington Post. We got governors, newspapers. PBS, Sesame Street, all these other kind of people, CNN, ABC, NBC, all of these people, the Council on Foreign Relations, the print media. Look at all the magazines. We got Forbes, Playboy. How many people are still reading Playboy? One brother.
I got a question.
Yes.
I was just thinking about this. I haven't seen Ed Gordon on BE2 as an anchor in a while. Has anything happened there?
I think he had that interview with Minister Farrakhan. They did away with it. I want to ask a real critical question. What happened to Arsenio Hall? These people right here, Carter, Reagan, Bush, Clinton, don't worry about them. They flunkies. They puppets. There's some people behind them moving those strings that are a whole lot more serious than these clowns here. All right? They don't run nothing but their mouths. Oh, that's right. Now, that 1,000 points of light I asked you to remember, see the torch? It's a symbol for the Illuminati. I don't care what they told you in high school. Prometheus. Stole the light from the gods.
And the knowledge.
And the knowledge, which is the light. Which is the light. But the Illuminati uses the light, they use the sun, because they're supposed to be the illuminated ones. And when you graduate from college, you become a alumni, meaning that you're illuminated, right? When you say someone is smart, you say they're bright. All right?
Last question about that slide there.
Which one? This one?
Yeah, I've been looking at the Statue of Liberty for a while,
Mhm.
and for some reason, I believe there's something in Revelation that talks about the horn representing the spikes on the.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
That's why I'm trying to see if there's a connection there.
I think I have that scripture. What we'll do, we're going to take this and set it aside so we can deal with it later.
Yeah, 10 horns, and something. I
Right.
don't know what it is.
Some nonverbal communication. We shall not exonerate Saddam Hussein for his actions. We will mobilize to meet this threat to our vital interests in the Persian Gulf until amicable solution is reached.
Oh.
That's kind of critical. That's why they're there. That's where the Third World War is going to take place. All right?
Where?
Well, the Third World War, they said, Albert Pike wrote, I think, in Morals and Dogma, that the Third World War is going to take place between Israel and all the Islamic countries. And you know who's going to come to the aid of Israel? America, because Israel is what? What is Israel called? The state of Israel. Israel is supposed to be a country, right or wrong? It's the state of, like the state of Alabama, like the state of Georgia. It's the state of Israel. So America is going to come to its little baby's aid, Israel. So they're going to align themselves with Israel against all the Islamic countries. All right? That's why it's so critical when Minister Farrakhan took a tour of Africa. They was trying to stop the tour, sabotage it, simply because once the African nations come together and recognize their brother in Islam, then America got a problem. Yes.
That's the same thing they're doing in South Africa. It's when they had the brothers and sisters at the apartheid in South Africa.
Mm-hmm.
The same thing they did to the brothers there. That's what Israel is practicing on the Palestinians now.
Okay.
Israel, and they're going to do it here. Okay, so and you're going to be the one that don't practice it on. That's why you.
Right.
The sister, what's the girl's name? That's the police chief here. She sent some people to Israel to learn their tactics on,
Right.
on how to control people, the Palestinians. They're coming back and using it on you. You got to get hip to this.
Okay.
There's another book out by David Finley. It's called They Dare Speak Out. I don't know if you can find
Right.
it, but it's a darn good.
Well, you can't get it anymore.
Really?
Yeah, it's best to get it now if you can find it.
What's the name of it?
They Dare Speak Out.
David Finley. He tells you all about how the Jews got in and how they're controlling the world. Step by step.
It says the demise of the gatekeepers. Now keep this in mind because this is what's happening now on your highways. All right? There's cameras everywhere. Okay, why? Yes, sir.
They got it. City Hall East on Ponce de Leon in the basement. They got $10 million worth of surveillance equipment.
Where's it at?
City Hall East.
Some of Revolutionary Brothers. Write that address down. Where's it at again?
That's on Ponce de Leon.
On Ponce.
The old
All right.
British building. They got $10 million worth of surveillance equipment. They got cameras on the highway. They're putting them in all the neighborhoods. The only reason they're saying they're using them is when you dial 911, you got the person apparently doesn't want to take pictures.
No, I seen
The opposite goes around. They just turn on whenever they want.
I've seen the report that they had on why they were putting the cameras there. You know how powerful those cameras are? You can see sweat on the mosquitoes. Well, anyway.
They put new like TV like cameras down in the MARTA station. And
Right.
Right, and they can navigate them around and zoom in on anything that they want.
Right. There's also some towers that they're erecting. You see them around town? They're going to be used for tracking devices with the smart highways. We'll get into that in a minute.
When it's time, we're going to take them out too.
Exactly. These are some of the symbols and signs that we see every day right before us, but we don't understand what they are. A lot of us don't. The shell sign is not really a shell sign. It's a rising sun, meaning the birth of the New World Order. The New World Order is coming into birth. One world is dying, one world is being born. All right? Where is this? Seen a Deion Sanders commercial? Where's Brother Marcus at? Brother Marcus pointed it out to me on the Deion Sanders commercial. I'm going to get back to this one, all right? I just wanted to show you this right quick before I... There's a new one that he has out where he's in a sneaker store buying sneakers or something. And they ask him for a check. And this is the check that he gives. So 8 and 1 is what? 9?
4 and 5 is 9.
4 and 5 is 9. 9 and 9 is 18. 3 times 6 is 18. 666. It's a Visa commercial.
Y'all need to call Dion and tell him that.
That's the check. That's the price that he wrote on the check. And then he signed his name. All right? It says the VI is a Roman numeral for 6, right? S is the Greek number for 6. A is the Babylonian number for 6. Visa, 666. When Deion Sanders wrote the check, he wrote it $81.45. Yes.
Well, the numbers that the Pope wears on the blue hat identify
The Pope?
Right.
The Pope now?
Yes.
Oh, okay. We're going to get a picture of the Pope.
Also, when Bush was the president, he spoke with him weekly, on a weekly basis, and that's this new world order.
Oh, okay.
Also, I heard on the radio this week that one of the popes was taking phone calls for Clinton and the Pope.
Say that one more time.
One of the priests of the Pope, one of them is going to be ill.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard him call, he died. But he was taking phone calls for President Clinton
Right.
and the Pope as well. And when President Clinton first became president, he got a phone call personally from the Pope telling him to be careful of how you speak to the issue.
Okay.
That's why the Sunday New Law is coming in, New Law order is going to be forced to work on Sunday. If you don't, then you will be persecuted. It's in this book, the New World Order.
Hold the book up, sister. Who's the book by?
It's by Russell Burrell, he's a white man, R-U-S-S-E-L-L, B-U-R-R-I-L.
Okay. All right, now check this out.
What's the New World Order?
Oh, let me just show you this mental side right quick. You see the rising sun in La Quinta Inn? We have the sun in Holiday Inn. We have the pyramids here. They said in the year 2000, the secret society is supposed to come together. 1 minute before 12 in the year 2000. When it strikes 12, all the secret society is supposed to come together at the base of the pyramids. We have Visa, all of them in cahoots. See the round sun? Blue, they teach us, is a color of deception. You look at the sky, it's not really blue. It's a color of deception. The water, some of the water, not the water here in America. You might have to go to the Virgin Islands for this. It's blue. It's a color of deception. It's not really blue. You can't pick it up in your hand and it's blue. AT&T in cahoots. You see the blue symbol, IBM. Now, these are the same people that bring you your education. You got a tobacco company on one hand, right? You got that? The ultimate achievement. The college education is vitally important in today's fast-moving world, preparing individuals with tools that will help them succeed in an informational-based society. Yeah, okay, sure. But we got to get our education from sponsored by them. Before there was American history, there was black history. Brought to you by Eastern Airlines. Please. Yep. From ABC to PhD to JOB. Brought to you by AT&T. Wait a minute, do y'all need to see this again to understand what I'm saying? These people are in cahoots, man.
You know, I want to say something. I work for a company called First Data Corporation.
Mm-hmm.
Gone into a big venture with Nations Bank, and First Data Corporation has also bought out a piece of cash. I really feel like I'm working for Big Brother. I'm working for the next world banking system.
And you know what you're going to have to do to keep that job? Is take the chip.
Yep, I know that.
You know that. So since you already know that, here's some of the companies that still operate in South Africa. What's 472, y'all? Texaco. Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, all of them, they already knew this. Can I ask y'all a question? If Jesse Jackson is on the Council on Foreign Relations, what is he doing marching and all this kind of stuff? He's one of them. That's right. Who said it? He's leading us astray. He's one of them, brothers and sisters. He's on the Council on Foreign Relations. He took an oath. He's one of the oath takers. He can't tell a secret. That's right. That's why he's still alive, first of all. He's one of them. Let me show you some more companies that still deal in South Africa. Probably some of the companies that you work for. Hold on one second, brother. Let me just get through this little section. There's some companies that still operate in South Africa. These are some of the people that's financing our education, all right? Chemical Bank, Federal Express, all these people. American Bank. One second. Let me just get through this section, brother. Hold on one second. We have the pyramid here. We have the rising sun there, or one of the setting suns. We have the torch of Prometheus here, the 1,000 points of light. All right. Exxon. It's not really two X's. It's a cross. It's a double cross tilted this way. Can you see it? Showing you that you've been double crossed. We have the McDonald's sign here. It's not really two arches. It's this. I was saying that you have the McDonald's sign here. There's not really two arches. If you watch the story of Moses on TV, he comes out of the mountain with the two tablets. All right? They stole that from a concept in ancient Kemet. The sign of Haru. You see the two arches? Menticide. I told you earlier, they came in, they learned from the ancient people, ancient black people. Came, they stole, imitated, came back, destroyed, then they tricked you. Now they take your sacred knowledge and they use it on the damn McDonald's sign. And you going to get Big Macs and, and everything else. Target, we got the circle within the circle. Basically, that's how they operate. The Rex or the king sits in the middle, and they have a circle within a circle within a circle. By the time you get to the 6th, 7th circle, they don't know who's at the center. All right? Yes? That's the symbol of the pyramids. If you look at the pyramids off at a distance, that's what it basically looks like. All right? Point one other thing out. Notice a lot of the countries in Europe are moving towards the red, white, and blue colors. All right? See the 1,000 points of light, the pyramids, they're taking the capstone off. Yes. Okay. Right. Here's some more companies. Q-tips, tampons, Coca-Cola, cough drops, appliances, razors, cereal, all of these people still doing business in South Africa. These are the same people that's financing your education. Ford Motor Company. I need you to understand this, because when you see stuff like this in the magazine that you probably see every day, success in the field of sports was just the beginning. Well, what the hell they plan to do if that was just the beginning? Brought to you by Miller. How many people in the audience have been affected by alcoholism? Drugs. Everybody should have their hand up. Nonverbal communication. Did y'all see that? What was the story of Pinocchio? Kept on lying, his nose kept on growing, right? All right. This is where I take a commercial break. I need you to explain this to me. All right. Can we do that? Regular, normal. What do you see? What is this here? It's a Masonic square, right or wrong? They call it a mortarboard. But it's a blue square. Blue is a color of what? Deception. What's the square for? When you're fair and square, they say you're right and you're just. Right? How many people seen the TV show Get Smart? What was the two sides in Get Smart? Chaos and control. They cause the chaos and they give you the control. So they tell you, you better get smart. Are you following me? So it's the mortarboard. And the blue in Freemasonry symbolizes what? Isn't there a blue lodge in Freemasonry? How many degrees? 3. When they give you the 3rd degree, they take you into court and they give you the 3rd degree, right or wrong? But look closer. I'm not giving this one to you. You're going to tell me. See the money behind them? The subliminal message is what? What side is the tassel laying on? Is it tied down or is it swinging free? How many people are familiar with Freemasonry? See, they don't want to tell a secret. Raise your hand again. Then tell us what the tassel... Can you explain this to us then? We want to hear from a Freemason. Good. Well, since you know, you must know some, so can you tell us?
Oh, I see square. You have a tassel that goes to 260 degrees. And
I think I left.
where I'm just gonna
Go ahead, brother. Go for it.
it's where
I'm missing a whole bunch of transparencies, man, on the New World Order.
They can control you with that degree because you don't have the full 360. That tassel only swings off a quarter of that square.
Right.
You're not going to get all 360 degrees, but through that condition, you can be controlled.
That's right. That's it, bro.
All right. Anybody else got it? Anybody else want to explain it?
What about the circle? What about the circle in the middle? The circle in the middle.
As far as you can go to squares, like the rule and guide of your everyday life, which is when you lay a Bible down on the table, it forms a square-like effect. And it's supposed to be like the rule and guide of your holy life or something.
I want to show you a picture right quick.
And the square also represents virtue. But the square your actions by the square of virtue.
You know, can you see the mental side in this?
Can you circle the square?
Who is the devil?
You circle the square by the
Colors of Benetton, the New Yorker.
What do you see in that picture? See?
Yes. You might want to pass it.
Brother, yes. To kick off again on the Masonic symbolism, they have a Gwinnett Mall, a proposed Gwinnett Mall here that's going to be the second, I think the largest in the whole Southeast. They have right in front of the proposed mall, they have an obelisk. Let me pass this down to you, sir. And they have a shadow casting from the obelisk at figure 5. But see, if you don't read it carefully, you won't see it's figure 5. It's right there. Which figure 5 is their symbol.
Which mall?
Stacy motivates her. She got her.
So the sun, yeah, that's exactly what it is.
All right, you have $1 in all these things. $1.
No, Gwinnett. I already got a number, so you at least you could read it almost right away, sir.
Oh.
You see it?
Oh, yeah, I see it.
Your brother asked me to give it to you.
The proposed mall of Georgia. And right in front of the mall, they got an Egyptian obelisk. It's really the phallic symbol of Osiris. And the story of Osiris is he had a fight with his brother Set, which represents evil. And Set chopped him up the first time in 14 pieces. I think he lost his eye. In the second fight that he had with the devil, Set, he lost his penis. His wife put him back together, everything except for his penis, and they erected the obelisk to represent the phallic symbol of Osiris. And what he's saying is out in front of the mall, which reminds me of the, in Washington, they have the obelisk, the Washington Monument. And then they have an Oval Office, if you can get the symbology there. Well, I guess that's where the president makes his decisions, in the Oval Office. That's a I think a woman could never be over the house because it's a phallic symbol. But anyway, he says he has it numbered. Now it says, now brother, what does the numbers actually supposed to mean? Because I see the obelisk and I see the numbers going around the obelisk.
We just put that number there so it can be easily read.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Symbology, figure 5 means sun to them.
The shadow cast.
Oh.
Shadow cast that image of 5.
No, what it is, the sun is hitting it and the obelisk, the shadow casts on the number 5 for some reason. Well, let's go through some of these transparencies. Maybe we'll run across it. The New World Order. Yes, sir.
On many watch advertisements, time 10:08 is shown on every clock and watch advertisement.
Which advertisement is this, though?
Pardon me?
Which advertisements?
Any
Swatch and these kind of people?
You can look at. Can I give him an idea what that is?
Yes, sir.
1 plus 0 plus 0 plus 8 is 9. 9 has a lot of different connotations when it comes to Freemasonry. Out here at the old courthouse on the steps, there are 9 steps up each side.
Yes.
There are 9 bricks across the top.
Yes.
There's 9 squares on the inside on the granite floor.
Yes.
There are 9 windows on the Masonic building across the street.
Yes.
The address is 108 Ponce de Leon Avenue. There are 9 floors in the new courthouse.
Good.
And if you get up above it from an airplane, you'll start noticing a lot of 9s around the center of Decatur.
Right.
And they don't have any problem telling you that Decatur was founded by the Masonic Order. So just like the city of the 9 squares, Hartford, Connecticut, I believe.
Well, that brings to mind something that me and the sister here noticed. What is it? Piedmont and Baker on the corner. They have some artwork there. Ever been to the corner of Piedmont and Baker downtown? Right. They got the 9 squares. Not only do they have the 9 squares, there's a Masonic symbol that she pointed out to me. I believe it's the square on top of the square. And it has a lot to do with the chevron sign.
Yes, sir.
You can keep the chevron, I think I have the transparency. Anyway, the chevron sign is not 2 V's, it's really 2 squares on top of one another.
Exactly.
Right. All right? Meaning they can deal with you fair and square, or they can deal with you. This is the same concept I told you about earlier, chaos and control, the Hegelian concept, the Hegelian principle. All right? These people control chaos and they control control.
Professor, excuse me.
This is nonverbal communication here. Let me just point out a couple of things to you. This is the New World Order coming into birth. America and Russia. Communism and capitalism. Created by the same people. All right? Same people that created capitalism created communism, if you do your history. All right? Hold on.
Been together the whole time.
You're right. You've always been in cahoots.
It just seems like they're in competition, right?
Satanic meaning of this symbol is as follows. Anua Coethus. Anua announcing Coethus, the birth of Novus, the new. Seclorum, world without God. Ordos, order. Under the all-seeing eye of Satan Antichrist. Remember the 1,000 points of light? Here it is. Now, what is the Egyptian pyramid doing on an American dollar?
One question.
They show us that we've been decapped.
Masonic
And they watching over.
visual society.
The whole thing is the educational system is based on a Masonic order. That's why when you graduate and you get a degree. It's the same thing you do in the Masonic Lodge. You get a degree. Right or wrong?
Right.
Okay. This is on your dollar bill. Anybody have a dollar? I know we kind of poor. Take out a dollar and check out your dollar bill. Masonic symbols in the $1 bill.
You can't turn your money in the right way. You don't have the new money. You can't tender.
So you're gonna do away with the money?
They're gonna give everybody a microchip in their body, so you no longer have to use cash and tender. So instead of you getting a paycheck, it's the system. What they're gonna do is just give you
Now see the first law is the New World Order. In the scripture it teaches us in Revelation
16 and 17, and he that causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in the right hand or in the foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save that he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Revelations 13, 16 through 17. I want to ask you a question about this. Who is the one that causes both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark? Who is this? The beast, right? How many people say it's actually a human being? Huh? Wait a minute, it says, and that no man might buy or sell it, save he that have the mark, or the name of the beast, all right, or the number of his name. Later on in the scripture it says, it's the number of a man is also the number of a beast, and his number is 603 Now for the Masons out there, I don't mean to reveal any of the secrets. I'm not a Mason. I have some friends that are Masons. Well, I think what we need to do is we need to interchange some of these. You need to see this. Keep that in mind. And then you need to see this. All right? You need to study this because a lot of the same symbols that are on there, a lot of the same symbols I showed you earlier. All right? See the third degree, the Blue Lodge? Wait, can you see it now? Yeah. Now do you understand this? You get a better understanding. The people that are controlling the educational system are in with these people here. A lot of them are Masons. I'm not saying that Masonry is bad. I have a document here called the Illuminati. It says that the Masons were infiltrated by the Illuminati.
They're being manipulated, the Masons. Being manipulated by the elders of God.
Okay.
They're disposed of in time to come, the Masons. They're only doing a part of the dirty work.
Right. But now, are you saying all Masons?
Well, coming in the body of the Masons.
Mm-hmm.
So all these lodges are connected. Every one of them at the time they are being used.
Right. So does that have anything to do with the individual Masons that look at Masonry as being good and for brotherhood? Pardon me? Okay. But I needed to point these things out to you to get you to understand that right on the college campus we have the same symbols. These are the symbols of the schools.
That's a nice temple down there.
Right. Exactly. Let me show you again. All right. Plan of the orders of Masonry. Notice the symbols. The same symbols that you see at the AU Center. There you go.
That deliberate place himself within the confines of the Lord. He's a dishonest man. He doesn't love his fellow people. And I was very young in Jamaica.
Okay.
And he had the mechanics and a host of other lodges. I could have been in a lodge. But from then, my mind tells me these lodges are not good places to be. Mind you, they have had brilliant men. But I know for a fact that if I commit a murder and I go before a judge who's a Mason, and I can make my side, I get off scotch-free. If I do the job, and simply because I'm not a Mason, or my father isn't a Mason, I couldn't get this job.
Even if you were a black Mason? I don't think you're getting off scot-free. You may.
There comes a time that there's only one loaf of bread that is left. And I am Mason, and I have people who are not Mason. As far as I'm concerned, that law is supposed to be divided equally.
Mm-hmm.
All men can have. That much is the case. To hell with that.
Right. Okay. I respect my elders. I ain't gonna argue. I gotta keep moving. Is this true? In God we trust? No. And what God do they trust in? This is ancient Kemet. This is what they stole. See the mental side? This ancient Kemet. This is where they put it. Now it's the eye of Lucifer, and they put it on the dollar bill.
Could you go over the significance of the pyramid?
Oh, we're gonna break that. We're gonna break that down 1 second. I want to get right to the meat. Some nonverbal communication here. Everyone got a basic idea of what the New World, who's behind the New World Order? Now you start to see some of the effects. All right? I told the audience at the AU Center that they changed the format, they're changing the format at the grocery store. You know, they take the product and they run it across the scanner there and it comes up with the price. Anyway, that screen that's in front of the cashier is going to be a lot bigger now. All of your vital information is going to come up on that screen. If they allow you to get into the grocery store. What they did was the technology that they use in the entranceway of the supermarket. They took the format out of the ground and they put it in a small black box above your head. You've seen this box. Well, the box is designed so when the chip goes in the head, the chip can open the door. You understand what I'm saying? Without the chip, you won't be able to get in to get food. So now you may walk and you may step on the black tarmac and the doors open and they close behind you. Later on in a couple of days, probably next week, when they give you the chip will open the door. Once the chip opens the door, then you go in and you get your food together. The chip that's in your hand, you take your hand, you run it across the scanner. All your information comes up on a screen. If you have 5 babies at home and that information is on the screen, it's called population control. All right? Once the information comes up on the screen, they're going to deny you food. Now, what you going to do when it's a cashless society and there's no more money on the street? How you going to tip the girl at the strip club? How you going to buy condoms, brew, weed, all illegal drugs? There's a book out now I just purchased. It's called The Mark of the New World Order 666. A cashless economic system of global electronic enslavement is ready now. So now you're at the grocery store, and this is only one area, brothers and sisters. You go, Terry L. Cook. He has a video out also. You could probably get it from Black Media. This is only one area I'm dealing with, and that's food. How many people really been hungry before? I mean, really hungry.
What is the name of that book again? I'm sorry.
The Mark of the New World Order 66. This is one of the best books you can buy on this. So now, once you're at the counter, and you have the food on the counter. Now this is after you've received the mark of the beast, the chip in the forehead and in the hand. All right? Once you do that, you've already submitted and sold your soul to the devil. The thing is not to take the chip. Are you following me? In order not to take the chip, you have to have a knowledge of self, first of all. How many people got credit cards? How much easier is it for you to go to the ATM machine as opposed to waiting in line at the bank? See, they got you.
I want to make another point. ATM debit cards, that's the first step into the credit system, because now we don't have to write checks. They take our money, they put it into our checking account, we take
direct deposit.
Debit card,
right.
We go to the supermarket and we swipe it. That is the New World Order.
Right, exactly. How many people have the low jack system in their cars?
So they get OJ.
Right. It's a tracking system, a tracking device, right or wrong. How many seen the new tech? Pardon me?
It doesn't matter if you buy a 96 car on down.
Right.
It's in there. It's in there.
Right.
It's doing it or not.
How many people seen the?
Getting it activated, but it's in there. Like
right.
It's in there. It doesn't matter what kind of brand car you buy. The 96 and down, it's already in
right.
there. They know where you're at. If you're late paying your car note or whatever.
They're coming to get it. They got a device now with the electronic. What is it? The electronic fuel injection. There's a device they're putting in now. They can shut your car off on the highway. It ain't no more chasing bank robbers and kidnappers. They take a helicopter, fly over your car, lock in, turn the car off. The electronic fuel injection. Are you following me? Along with the smart highways, they're tracking us. Now, along with a chip in your ass, the low jack system and all this stuff happening at the supermarket, where you going, brothers and sisters?
And they've already started doing testing on animals because a lot of people want to be able to
Right.
locate the animals so they can treat them in their dogs.
Right.
I want to ask one question. Now, I want to know, now, you raising all these issues, but you're not answering the question. Why is the government placing certain these devices in people's foreheads or even in their hands?
I did answer that question.
I know the reason. I want you to answer.
It's popping.
It's not about
He was asleep.
Let me say one thing. Can I make
Yes, sir.
Okay, for example, first of all, most Christians worship God on the wrong day in the first place.
Go find Jesus.
No, it ain't about this. Well, first of all, Christian, for one thing, we don't even worship God on the right day. Right. We supposed to worship God on the Sabbath, which is Saturday, first of all. But see, what happened, the Roman church have allowed dictatorship. The United States basically, where we following after the Roman government, basically. Okay. You know when Christ was crucified, it was the Roman government. Okay, now what I'm trying to point out is this. All who refuse to keep the commandments of God will be persecuted. First of all, I give you an example. The government already know who you're going to worship. You go to church on Sunday, you follow a man. It's a known fact that those who do not keep the commandments of God will be persecuted.
Right.
And that's how the government is going to be able to place those devices in each other's hands.
But to answer your question directly, I did deal with it. As I'm going along, I'm giving you the answer. It's up to us to come up with the solution. No one said Griff is king. That's why I called all of you here. We're going to come up with a solution. I'm just making you aware of what's going on. Are you following me? But brother, you got to understand something. They use religion. They use religion in order to get us in the condition that we're in. And you're absolutely right. Not only do we worship on the wrong day, there's a lot of other things wrong. Are you following me? So they use religion. And here in the book, Exploding the Myth by Tony Browder, I believe it's the Browder Files. It says here that in 1604, King James authorized
Of more than 50 learned men. I believe it was 50 learned men. I don't believe it was one man by the name of Shakespeare.
Shakespeare was an organization.
It was an organization, right? And I think Shakespeare was someone's pen name.
It's a writer's guild.
Are you following me? So when they organized these people hid their name, calling themselves Shakespeare. They hid their name in the scripture in the book of Psalms 46, right, 46 down and 46 up. Are you following me? So they use religion. Now back to where I was at. The implantable biochip technology. I just got a few more transparencies, then we can open up for question and answer. And we can probably deal with what the brother's talking about. It's the mark of the beast. The mark. I think I have a picture here of actually how small. Let me just run through these. I need that one. Let me run through a series of these to show you how small this chip is. It says it's the size of a grain of rice. It's going to be implanted right up under the skin. All right? It says the microchip on a human finger. That's how small it is. All right? Right, they got this program that I'm about to show you right now, this InfoPet program. I think someone said it earlier, they're putting it in the pets. To keep track of the pets, the livestock. All right? Yes, talk to me.
Everybody should understand that once, now that when young women go to jail, they are given the choice of whether or not they take tuberculosis. Oh, you're not given a choice. Well, they're given the choice whether they take it before they leave or when they first get there.
Right.
Okay, but the bottom line is that that's where that's implanted.
Right. that they're going to have some kind of a mass disease or epidemic and tell everybody that they really need to come in and get this vaccine.
Also, if you know someone having a baby, it's best to have someone in the emergency room while that person's having right there with them,
Right.
while the baby is being born, because they are also going to implant the chip within the baby. They have some for the animals. I've seen the chips. A white man came by and showed it to me in black.
Okay.
Across town, and he's written some little media page 2000, millennium 2000.
The Anthony Hilder. I think his name is Anthony Hilder. Yeah, the brother in the back, I think he's outside. Brother Bo had him at his shop. His name is Anthony Hilder, right? But if you look in the papers every day, there's signs of that the New World Order is here. Is that the people are so blind, deaf, and dumb we don't see it? You understand what I'm saying? And I'm saying this. I'm not giving these lectures, giving these talks, trying to bring people together, trying to raise the consciousness level of the people for someone to change their religion. I really don't care what religion you are. They don't care what religion you are. They really don't. I'm just saying you black people, and they're going to do away with us all. If they come in this room, they don't care whether I'm a Muslim and you're a Christian. You a Jehovah's Witness and you ain't got no damn God. They don't care. Or where you from, or how much money you have, or what you drive. They don't care about that. It's about population control, one world order. One religion, one political system, one economic system. They don't care. They're going to be your God in a minute. They don't care nothing about Jesus, Moses, Muhammad, Jehovah, no one. Do you understand what I'm saying?
In fact, in 2 countries right now, they have the hands around the waist, around the wrist or the ankle.
I think they did that in, what was it? Right, it's the electronic shackle. What's with the right hand? Why is it always the right hand?
Is it because it's connected to the left part of the brain, which is the dominant part of the brain?
That's one reason. It has something to do with the Masonic rituals. What does it have to do with putting the hand over your heart and reciting the Pledge of Allegiance? What does it have to do with them causing certain catastrophic things to go on in the atmosphere, in the earth, and in the universe to cause the majority of the people on the earth to be right-handed? We was ambidextrous people. We wrote with both hands. Are you following me? They know what they're doing, brothers and sisters. Oh yeah, we definitely need to explain what's in the hand. What is this in the hand?
That's a recycle symbol.
Okay, what else?
19 circle.
Right.
Highest number of the universe.
And it's sperm. Sperm.
The sperm is in a recycling symbol.
Right.
Yeah, like
Computer chip. The engineer.
They're coming to birth. The New World Order. I want to say something at this point. They got this little law, this little thing happening at Kinko's now where you can't get color transparencies. So if anyone know where we can get them made at, just can you see me after the lecture? I went there a couple of times and they denied me. They must know what I'm up to. You got me? Don't go nowhere. All right? They definitely won't let you get color transparencies. They said some copyright law or whatever. All right? And I don't want you to think that all the black people that are sitting here are down with us. There's some agents in here. It's just sad that we can't figure out who the hell they are so we can deal with them.
I know that's right.
But anyway, what was you saying?
I was just thinking that because when we're talking on the level of the tracking device and where they can see us, I work in the airport and I work in international level. We have a laser LC right through this wall and see every one of us. So you all are in fear of your knowledge that you received today. You should be leaving. Because, like he said, you don't know who's the agent. There is an agent in here.
Oh, they're here.
Just like we knew about the meeting,
They knew. They knew. They assigned someone to come here. But it's all right. But I tell you one thing, I mean, that day that we find out who the agents are, we're going to start taking names. And when they come for us, we're going to go to them. Because they're supposed to be speaking for the people. We vote for these people. We give charity to these people. If these people turn on us now in a time of need, we have to deal with them. Now, I'm not trying to sound like Billy Badass, really. But we have to deal with these people. How do they deal with the traitors in South Africa? Kill them. They put an intertube around them, and they put gasoline around the intertube, and they set them afire, right or wrong. Every nation deals with their traitors in a ruthless kind of way. Why should we let ours go free to make money and be popular? Huh? Should they do us in and then go live in Alpharetta some damn where? Nah. So let me ask you something. Do you feel like a number? What's that character's name that they said blew up the Oklahoma building? McVeigh said he had a chip up his behind, and that's how they tracked him. What is it, 90 minutes after they blew up the building? They caught him? Come on, they set that up, man. He'll be all right, though. I did this at work, so it's kind of critical. I'm looking for the owl here. The owl symbolizes a bohemian secret society that meet in California. I believe that the last 2 weeks in July, and all of the presidents belong to this secret society, and they hid the owl on the dollar bill. What are the three things that the owl does? The owl sees in the dark, he's wise, and what else? What's his number? What's the word he always uses? Who? So do we know who? No, because it's a secret society. These people, their people are here.
Can you show the owl again?
Huh?
Can you show the owl again?
The owl is right. It's a messed up picture. You might want to scoot. It's right here. Right here.
I just heard that.
Now, what this has to do with the owls that are around the buildings, with the cameras in them. They're there at Morehouse. How many people go to Morehouse? Okay. They're there in corporate America. Have you seen the owls? Why don't y'all try looking up sometime? You'll see the owls. They're there. You may not recognize them. They're there. They're watching you. Hell. Here you go. Now I want you to check this picture, this next picture out. There it is in the hand, but it's not that big. This is the actual size of it. Let me stop at this point. How many people believe these things that we're going over here? I mean, do you think white people are capable of doing this? Okay, I'm just checking your pulse. I just want to know. I'm just kind of, you know. Oh, you a communist. I don't want that one. The last couple of ones I want to show you is the lifeline of the New World Order. Now, mind you, the majority of the things I put up on transparency today are right in front of you every day. Come from the newspaper, magazines, stuff that's right in front of you every day. You don't really have to go searching for these things. You just have to be awake and aware, that's all. All right, what do y'all see? Here's the umbilical cord, right? Going through the White House, going through government. Where else? Oh, see, their language today is everything has to be smart. Smart highways, smart card, smart television, interactive this, being online with that. Don't fall for that. Pretty soon you're going to be able to take a damn vein out of your wrist, plug it in the computer, and it's on. I'm telling you. I mean, they caught one cracker having cyber sex, man. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. What else is the umbilical cord going through? The house of worship, library.
That's the internet. That's what it represents.
Right.
The internet.
This is their lifeline. I want to thank y'all for being so patient. Like I said, these are on sale in the back for $2. I want to thank y'all for coming. I wish we could hang around so we can come up with some of the... Where did that brother go? I know he didn't leave. Huh? Oh, good. Don't go nowhere, because he wants us to come up with some solutions. We're going to come up with some solutions, and we're going to make him a part of this. Now, we presented some of the information. So this is only a small part of it, mind you. We presented some of the information, and what we need to do, we're going to turn the lights on, and we're going to put our minds together. We're going to come up with some of the solutions, some basics, not anything far-fetched. You understand what I'm saying? Yes, can you do that for me? We want to come up with some basic solutions, and what we need to do is, we don't want to look at the person next to us. We want to take the solutions and implement the solutions in our lives so we can deal with it. Now listen, there's an African proverb, and it's an African concept that each one teach three. But since we've been knocked over the head and brought to America, we say each one teach one. What we need to do, anything that you learned here that's positive and you feel is good for our people, can you pass it on? Can we do that? Elijah Muhammad asked, what is the duty of a civilized person? The duty of a civilized person is to teach the uncivilized civilization. All right? Can we do that? So if there's something that you learned here that you feel you can pass on, study up on it. Don't pass on the information and you don't know it yourself. Study a little and pass on the information, all right? Can everyone take that responsibility? All right, now let's deal with solutions, any direct solutions to some of the things that we presented today. Just raise your hand. Yes, sir.
First of all, you know, more and more people control society. I would suggest that, you know, people should start understanding that you can manipulate electronic circuits, just like they manipulate to do what they want to do. You can always override that, destroy what they got, tap into their system, and make it do what you want to do. You always cut the power supply. But you got to understand how they arrive in the science to set the system up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm doing right now. I'm saying, like, okay, I see the cameras up. Any day, if I had to go take out a whole section of cameras, I know how to go follow the conduit and go up in the box, stick a couple wires, then they ain't got no cameras.
Right.
You're wrong there, my brother. Oh, no, sir.
They
No,
do
sir.
have
I'm not wrong.
You cut them wires, my brother, and they've got cameras that they don't even have to have nothing hooked to. Understand? No, brother. No.
What I'm saying, you said solution. I'm saying, understand the system. So you can manipulate the system too. Like if they got a barcode system, and you study barcode, you come up with a system that will override that barcode system.
I don't know what the hell it is. I'm just giving them to you.
Right away, it's artificial intelligence. It's
Right.
real. No one real intelligence is you.
Right. That's right.
Learn the system. And you manipulate the system too. You God, aren't you? So that's all I have.
Give that brother a black hand. No, I'm with that. I'm definitely. There's one picture I forgot to show y'all during the lecture. I don't know if y'all seen this. It's in Vibe. I mean, I don't want y'all to think that I'm this super brainiac kind of character. And I'm gonna be honest. There's a lot of brothers.
So I want to bring him on now. Our big brother, our little brother, a soldier and a fighter for the black nation. You know him as Professor Griff. Let's bring him on and give him his due. Let us rise to our feet and bring on our big brother, Professor Griff.
Greetings. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, in the spirit of our ancestors, to all those that were, to all those that are, and to all those that will be, fighters for the liberation of our people here in the wilderness of North America, to the faculty, the staff, the administrators, students, teachers, brothers and sisters, to our distinguished guests here. See the brother Oteen. We got Dr. Khalid Muhammad's son, Kafani, right? Stand up, brother. Let the people see. Give that brother a black hand. Got my brother who stayed up with me till about 5:30 in the morning this morning, Power Bowman, to help me put this lecture together. To Brother Marcus, and the other brothers and sisters that put the program on. To the agents, imps, stool pigeons, player-hating suckers, I want to give you a greeting, in a civilized greeting, pardon me, in a very uncivilized land, a very uncivilized time, among a very uncivilized people. And that greeting is Assalamu alaikum, Hotep, peace, what's happening, what's up? Y'all gotta wake up, man. We're gonna do this tonight, y'all gotta wake up. So y'all with me tonight? Yeah. Are you sure? Yeah. All right. I wanted to mention the fact that the rain here is a blessing. And I was telling Brother Marcus that the rain is a blessing because it weeds out all the knuckleheads. All the little knuckleheads that want to walk by and kind of figure, well, let me go see Griff tonight, see what he got to say. If you don't really want to be here, they're not here. As you can see, we have a few people in the audience. But it's a blessing in another kind of way because it's raining and you can't leave. But anyway, I want to thank all those that thought enough of me to be here. Give yourselves a black hand. I have about 15 people that at least aided in helping me to either do the transparencies or help me put the lecture together. And if you're in the audience, just please stand up if I mention your name. Brother Marcus, Brother Lawrence Wade, Brother Bo from African by Design. We got Brother Doug from the Source Bookstore, Rashara, we got Power Born, Alicia Sims, Gwen, and Trinice, where you at? Stand up for a minute. Give that sister a black hand. She had finals and tests and everything else and still managed to help the brother put it together. I really appreciate that. We got Brother Robert at Truth Bookstore and Black Media. It's Black Media. Give them a round of applause. Now, what we're going to do at this particular point, I want everyone to at least stand up, greet one another, the person sitting in front of you, behind you, back of you. Stand up and greet one another, brothers and sisters. All right. Now, we've just done one or two things. Everyone greeted one another, and I want you to know you could have been shaking the hands of an enemy. And since we got the videotapes here, we have you on videotape, so you can at least go to Black Media, purchase the tape, and take it back to the boss. Now listen, it's no secret that the things that Brother Malik Zulu Shabazz mentioned, I kind of feel I know what the end result of my little short life here on the planet. I've known this for a long time, and there's a sister, I'm not gonna mention her name, so don't get scared, that's sitting in the audience, had said to me one time, you know something, Griff, I think that you were my angel, so to speak. I thought it over, rolled it over in my mind, and I said to myself, an angel, there's certain kind of angels, I don't want to get too deep into this, but when God sends a man into the world with a message and raises that man up, sometimes that man acts in the mold of an angel, and he answers some of the prayers of the people. So when she brought this to my attention, I thought it over, and I said to myself, well, I wonder what Allah, God, is preparing me for. So as I begin to grow and learn and understand this, to be honest with you, I really think my mission is to educate the people. But educate the people with a different kind of education, not the education that you may get here on the campus of Morehouse. So, if I may, can I lay out some ground rules? Is that all right? Are you sure? Yes, sir. All right. Number one ground rule is respect. I would like to let you know that we need to learn how to at least learn how to disagree in love and peace and respect one another. Can we do that? Now, a lot of the things I may go over, you may not agree with. Am I right or wrong? But why should we fall out of love? All right? As my brother, Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad would say, if I say something to offend you, I'm not talking to you, all right? I'm talking to the people that are not here. Is that cool? Is that all right? Like the brother said, when folks are not in here, don't be afraid to clap. I need to feel your spirit. How many people ever spoke before in front of audience? Okay. So y'all need to talk black to me tonight, all right? Now you see, we tend to get this kind of feeling when we have one or two white people in the audience because you feel kind of timid about how they're going to think about what I have to say. Don't want to worry about that. They're not here. All right? All right. One of the other ground rules I want to go over is that we need to learn how to get rid of this, the blame factor. We always tend to want to blame someone else for the condition that we're in today. Well, we're going to get rid of that today, all right? You need to look at the individual. You need to look at self, all right? Last but not least, we're going to do a couple more things. We're going to act on the word that we hear. Anything that you hear tonight, and that's good. We want each one to teach one. It's really an African proverb, and it's each one teach three. So you're left up with the duty and the responsibility to pass on anything that you hear that's positive, all right? The stuff that's negative, you know how to discern that and put it to the side, right? All right. We're going to do some nonverbal communication today, if that's all right with y'all. Everything all right? So basically, that's the ground rules. So, let's get started. I was going to go over a brief history of myself, but I don't think that's necessary because the time is too far spent. But I want to say this. The most honorable Elijah Muhammad said to us that he gave us 100% of the total population of the planet Earth. And he said to us that there's the 85% of the masses of the people, both black, brown, red, yellow, and white, are uncivilized. So the question is asked us in the lessons, those that are familiar with the lessons, the question is asked, who is the 85%? So the answer is the uncivilized people, poison animal eaters, slaves for mental death and power, people who do not know the living God or their origin in this world, and they worship that they know not what, who are easily led in the wrong direction, but hard to lead in the right direction. Who does that sound like, brothers and sisters? Who are blind, deaf, and dumb? The Negro. You're right. You're right. Now, he also gives us the question, who is the 10%? Answer. The 10% is the rich slave makers of the poor, who teach the poor lies to believe that the almighty, true, and living God is a spook and cannot be seen by the physical eye, otherwise known as bloodsuckers of the poor. These are your preachers, your teachers, and your politicians who stand as the buffer between you and the real enemy. So now we waste a whole lot of time dealing with the buffer, and then we never get a chance to get to the real enemy. Are you following me? So now what's left? The 5%. Who are the 5%? In the poor part of this planet Earth. They are the poor righteous teachers who do not believe in the teachings of the 10% and that are all wise and know who the true and living God is, and teach that the living God is the Son of Man, the supreme being, the black man of Asia, and teach freedom, justice, and equality to the human family of the planet Earth, otherwise known as civilized people, also Muslims and Muslim sons. Now, the next question is, listen now, the next question is, what is the meaning of civilization? We're not going to go over that, but it's what is the duty of a civilized person? Do you consider yourself civilized? Then what is your duty? Are you doing that?
Yes.
Pardon me? Yes. Okay, well, let's see. Hold on. The question is, what is the duty of a civilized person? To teach uncivilized people who are savage civilization, righteousness, the knowledge of himself, the science of everything in life, love, peace, and happiness. So the question inside of the question is to teach the uncivilized people who are savage. Our people are savage. Am I right or wrong? Savage is what? The person has lost the knowledge of himself and who's living a beast life. We live on the level of beasts in the educational field. So now your duty is to teach the uncivilized. If you say you are civilized, are you doing your duty? That's the question. Don't look at anyone else, look at yourself. Are you doing your duty? With what you know, what you've gained from the educational system at Morehouse, whatever it is, have you passed that knowledge on? Why not? And I'm afraid to read to you the last question. I'll read you the question, and we'll just do some nonverbal communication here. If a civilized person does not perform his duty, what must be done? And I'm afraid to say that, I'm not quoting here, I'm paraphrasing. You must be beaten with many stripes. I was watching the Panama Deception. Who's seen the video? Panama Deception. America had installed or was financing some of the people that was running for elections against Noriega. Did you see what they did to these people once they found out that the money was coming from America to finance these people? These people call themselves having a parade down the main streets in Panama. They snatched the people out of the trucks and beat them until they couldn't beat them anymore. Did you see what happened to the people in the streets of South Africa, Azania? They took the inner tube from tires and wrapped it around the people and poured gasoline on them and set them on fire. That's just giving you a vivid picture of what we got to do to some of these bootlicking Negroes today that constantly sell out our people. Let's move on. Now, if we could just kind of dim the lights here so we can start with this first. Before I do that, I want to put my address and phone number up on the board here. Whoever's controlling the lights, can we just dim the lights? Now that's the phone number. I don't want to hear no silly questions.
Another comment I want to make.
Brother, there's a lot of us when you meet us, we're not conscious.
Well,
but see, no.
Okay.
Brother, I'm talking about the conscious one. Look, it takes one to know one. They always say it takes a thief, right? It takes a conscious person. That thing is inherent in you to be conscious. You ain't dead. You're just plain dead. Okay? It takes one to know one. But the question I want to ask is, in this kind of egalitarian community, why is it that when we call ourselves conscious, we find it so hard to talk to each other? It's so hard to even talk to the sister. Sister, I want you to be my partner.
Can I answer?
Why?
Can I answer that? Because when you disturb someone's comfort zone, you throw them all out of balance. If she can't come home, get 90210, get dinner, get to bed, get to work, work for the man. If you come home and tell her, sweetheart, the next time you go for a flu shot, you may die and you're corrupting your ovaries right now to kill our children. That's right. You're scaring the hell out of her. You just broke up her comfort zone. And every time you grab these brothers and sisters at your job, at school, wherever, and you try to show them some of this information, you blow them away. Because their whole lives, they've never been taught.
Sister, brother, I think you don't understand what I'm trying to say. I'm talking about we conscious brothers and sisters. Why do we find it difficult to make friends, to even exchange numbers? Right. What is this thing that rents us apart is what I want to know.
And I want to take that a step further and pose a broader question. Why is it the extended family doesn't exist anymore? Why is it then that everybody's trying to convince my family that, well, it's not going to work out with us living with our elder and younger children and brothers and sisters. Everyone wants to brainwash us that the extended family does not exist. I'd like all of y'all to be part of my family because the more family members I have, the safer I'm going to be. But the white society, just from the slavery times, they continually separated the family when they were together too long. They would take the husband and send him off to this plantation and the wife off to that plantation and the kids someplace else. So it's just still the trickle-down effect from slavery.
Right. Yes, sir.
Yeah, but we talked about it for an hour, and I've been hearing it for years and years. We are at war.
That's right.
Everything they designed to separate us. So every time we talk about it, one person gets mad at the group. The next person get mad at that group. You gotta stop that. You cannot deal with the people around you. Deal with yourself. Then light people come to us. It's not. We at the time where they control our field. They control our bodies. They control our minds. The last battleground and what we've been talking about for the year 2000 is our souls. That's the battleground. If you cannot say to yourself that you are a mental, physical slave in this world, not this country, this world, and you got to battle it, you lost. I don't care how much you read, how much you care about. If you see a black guy, a brown guy, but if you can't to yourself, say to yourself, I lost this battle and I'm ready to come up and fight it. Because it's easy to walk away from friends. You know friends that smoke, drink, steal. If you can't walk away from their friends, you lost.
That's true.
If you can't give up on a person, a man that steady goes to jail and call you collect, or a woman that got people that stays on, keep you in debt, you lost. And that's what it's about. It's about economic, sexual, and power.
Let me say one other thing. I don't mean to nitpick now. What happens if we have friends and family members that actually accept the chip?
Well,
That's
then we will separate ourselves from them.
Completely from them.
Completely.
You know what you're saying now.
Yes, you will have to, because even in the book of Revelations, we should just go to Revelations. He said he would come and he would take one and leave the other. And that is the separation.
That's right.
If they don't want to go,
then
hey.
So what I'm hearing you say, this is the great day of separation.
That's right.
So this is the day of total manifestation of defect. If it's in you and it's defective,
it's got to go.
It's going to come to the surface and you got to go.
It's got to go.
We're not being cruel.
No.
But it's about the ideology and the concept of accepting the chip.
What if
They're gonna turn on you if they do.
They will turn us in, so we'll have to separate ourselves from them.
Because see, if they have the chip, and the government wants to know where somebody is that they know about, all they've got to do is deactivate their number. Okay? Whereas we that are planning on going to the underground, okay, we will have survivalistic abilities without the chip. These people who get the chip cut off of them are just basically going to die. They're going to have no place for shelter, no place for food, nothing. They can get nothing. So they're going to be in you talk about torturing somebody, all they got to do is cut your number off and you can't get nothing. So yeah, they're going to turn their family in because their survival is going to depend on it.
You heard what the sister said, right? People are black hand. Now you gotta understand something. The whole idea in their economic and their religious system and their political system is to ultimately get you enslaved.
Yeah. Right.
All right. Once you accept the whole ideology and the concept of taking the chip, you through. We don't need you anymore.
That's it.
So now we don't care where you work and what you drive and how much money you have. Be you a basketball player, football, rapper, singer, or whatever, it doesn't matter. Are you following me?
Right.
Okay, so we're talking about survival here. So all the fun and games is over. We're talking about the survival of our people. You understand what I'm saying? Yes. Right with you,
Okay, you talk about survival. How about survival skills? I know for myself, I don't have a lot of survival skills, whereas learning how to swim, how to differentiate, from plants and herbs, because I live a hop, skip, and a jump from downtown Atlanta. So if they want to say, okay, New World Order setting in, I live right across the street from the Georgia Dome, what am I supposed to do? How can
You're
I
supposed to
survive?
take this time now to be prepared.
Thank you.
This is your opportunity to prepare for them.
If you look out, they're there. You understand what I'm saying? Brother Doug has been here. There's brothers in the communities and sisters in the community that are there. You understand what I'm saying?
Farmers too.
Okay. Let me.
Yeah, brother.
I think that a lot of the discussion is good and stuff like that. And I think that we need to make the exception the rule. Because if we look at the rank and file of our people, there are people who do the things that we're supposed to be doing. Like we do have revolutionaries and people who do love our people, even though they may not be the majority. And many people in this room may fall in that category. So a lot of the questions we be dealing with, I think we do have examples that we can look at. But I think it's your understanding that helps you understand what examples we need to be looking at.
Right. Well, let me say this. I got a couple other things to say. How about, check this situation, a hypothetical situation. You got black woman here with 3 children, black man over here. She's on welfare. He's paying support. The little babies are growing up. She decides to take the chip. What does he do? He loves the babies. What does he do?
Go get his
Go
kid.
get the children?
Yeah.
How?
Just go snatch them.
Take them.
By any means necessary. By any means necessary.
He just has to take them.
Okay, so now what are you talking?
That's right.
That's what I'm saying. They already looking for you. You already out the system. So why are you gonna use the system? That don't even make any sense.
That's
at
right.
all.
No, I know someone didn't say go to the system.
No, she said don't go to the system.
No, I'm saying don't go to the
Okay.
system. In other words, you have to take the kid. You can't do at that particular point because you're not taking the chip. You already outside of the norm.
I set that up to go back to what the sister said about the extended family. Those children that you take need a home.
That's right.
And they need to be taught. Now that the woman is not in the family anymore, she decided to take the chip because she want to go work for IBM. She want to be a slave, let her go be a slave. You understand what I'm saying? So now, do you know the small amount of people that we're going to deal with? There's a lot of people that's going to take the chip. All of us ain't going to make it. Even the people sitting in this room,
That's right.
all of us ain't going to make it.
The point is, there's a saying in the Bible that says, "Come out of all my people, lest ye be partakers of our sin." As of now, you have got to try and start doing that. And it's a matter of how you're going to live your day-to-day living. It's more on a spiritual level.
Yeah.
You'll find your very son, your very daughter, your very brother, even your mother might decide to take the chip. Because spiritually, they are not with it. They had no intention of being with it. You'll have to turn a blind eye and walk away from that. If you can do that, you will come under divine protection. When you need a slice of bread, automatically
Give it to you.
you will get it. Somewhere along the line, you'll get it. You need to come out of our right now
That's right.
That's right.
and live your life spiritually. And of course, naturally, there are certain laws whereby you have got to live. What you do, what you say. On the one hand, if you take the chip, you have had it.
That's it.
But on the other hand, if you live spiritually, as that brother says about the Sabbath, if you can really determine that you have the Sabbath and live on that particular 24 hours, how it ought to be lived, automatically you start to come under divine protection. Come out of all my people, lest ye be partakers of our sins.
Right. Brother, I want one thing. I want to ask Brother Wade a question. Could you please explain to the people why, when we go back to the system doesn't give us any justice because the system doesn't recognize us as being citizens.
Greetings to all the gods and goddesses in the house. Brother Kamante and Brother Emmett. Especially that. Stand up, Brother Emmett. Stand.
Peace, God.
You know, this is one of the boldest black men in Georgia and one of the country. And I say that because you don't know the giants that sit among you who really challenge the laws. Of course, Brother Kamante, I give him the props. So he's doing some of the same things that we're trying to do. Brother Griff told me he would ask me that question because it's something that we are trying to deal with at this moment. The discussion is good. We need to discuss these things. But what's messing us up is procedure and not knowing really what we're doing. And it's just like the thing about citizenship, your relationship to this royal order and what they're doing. To piggyback on what everything that Griff has said and has shown, is the fact that you belong to them. We belong to them. I just got to give it up just like that. What we have to do is come out and separate ourselves from belonging to them. Now that means giving up your social security number.
That's right.
Because everybody has a social security number in here, right? Okay. Now when your mother got that document for you, or when you got it, you signed over all of your unalienable rights.
Yeah.
And you became a slave to their system. That's why if you've been to court like I have, and you started trying to give constitutional arguments, the judge said, I don't want to hear that stuff about constitutional argument. Brother Emmett knows what I'm talking about.
Constitution don't relate to us anyway.
Well, not only that, the Constitution does not exist in an equity court of jurisdiction. See, this is stuff we need to be trained on. We're going to start having forums so we can teach you how not to deal with having to take a traffic ticket. Matter of fact, you don't want to get the new Georgia license anyway because they want your fingerprint. Okay? These are things that we're going to have to deal with, but I refuse to come before the people without having the proper training and knowledge and information to give you solutions to the problem.
Right.
Because I believe in being well versed, because they'll throw you in jail in a heartbeat if you don't know what you're talking about. Some of us have been there. We know what it's about. So, I mean, but really, you got to be real deal with your people, and you got to understand that these people know the law. Because they made the law, but there are remedies for you. Now what Griff is asking about so far as a corporate citizen, all of us belong to the international bankers, the Rothschild, Rockefeller, and we are a part of the trust agreement. Because if you got a driver's license, you sign away your rights. You got a social security card, you sign away your rights. Your certificate of live birth, you sign away your rights. There's so many ways you sign away your rights that you have to back up out of that in order to get your unalienable rights. There's a war going on. It's between the Patriot community and the New World Order boys. Okay? How many of you know that the latest status of the Freemen? I don't answer, Brother Evan. I know you know. Cause you talk. And don't you answer either. And some other folks. But did you know they're out?
Yeah, they're free.
They're free. A lot of people don't even know that because it didn't make big news. Right. Did you know that that whole thing was about perfecting liens on this unjust and illegitimate government? They perfected liens on Janet Reno, President Clinton, got millions of dollars off of that, taking about their right, because they're fighting the New World Order boys who want to institute their New World Economic Financial Order, which Griff just showed you, which is in place. So you're a corporate citizen. It don't mean anything going into court talking about constitutional rights, because in 1933 the government is bankrupt. The international bankers own this country. You belong to them. You have to back your way up out of it by rescinding those agreements. Now, to answer you another question about all this, it ain't easy to do that. And the bottom line, most people just damn scared. You're just scared. I know. Francis Cress Wilson said it right. F-E-A-R. We are fearful, and a lot of us shuck and jive. We don't want to do the work. That's necessary. It ain't easy. I only have one brother that goes with me to the law library. That's my cousin right here, Brother Chuck. He goes with me to the law library. We're researching, and we're actually doing things like getting ready to sue the banks and all like this. Because now white boys are suing the banks, getting their money. They're getting out of their mortgage. They're getting out of everything. They're not paying the same thing you paying.
So what you're saying, we can sue
we can sue.
You can get your money back and everything. But you got to know the procedure to do that. And you cannot come up there saying, I want to get my money, and you still utilizing the benefit.
So how does that
You
relate to the average
either
brother and
in
sister?
or you out.
Right, that's what I'm saying. How does that relate to the average brother and sister that want health care?
Right.
How does that relate to the average brother and sister that don't want to walk to work, giving up your driver's license?
Well, see, but there's other remedies for that. They got an international driver's license. You see what I'm saying? International Motors Qualification Card. All that. It's just like you don't really own your car. Your car is registered with the state. We had a brother that went into court, and he called me to ask me some questions because he wondered why he lost. And I started asking him questions, and then, you know, he found out that really his license don't belong to you. Your license belongs to the state.
That's it. It's a contract.
It's a contract. So when he asked for his license back, he said, oh no. He said, that's our license. We loaned you that license based on the privileges we granted you. But there's ways you can deal with that. There's ways you can deal without having to even accept the ticket, even go to court to even deal with a ticket. Brother Emmett knows what I'm talking about. He's been through that. There are ways to do that, but you can't go in there and half-step. You can't go in there and think in 1 day or 24 hours I'm going to do this. It takes time. It takes study. And the way I feel about it, I'm going to be honest with you. For people that want to stay in the system, fine.
That's how
no
I feel.
problem. If you want to stay, you stay. Because you ever seen Demolition Man? That's how it's going to be. You lose your mind, you lose your soul.
Two tears in a bucket.
For those that want to be out, we got a program for you. Because that's our big thing is we don't have solutions. And the solution of what he's saying about the value system, which goes into the whole aspect of what he just showed you today. Now, so far as a corporate citizen, there's two types of citizenship. There's free man, sovereign citizenship, and then there's the corporate citizenship, which all of us in this room are. Except for those who don't have their social security number and are backing out there. Because once you get with the social security number, which is the big thing that ties you in, they can't regulate you on taxes. They can't regulate your bank account, and you can't get a bank account without a Social Security number. That's the law. You can be hired without a Social Security number, but you got to know the law. You got to have it there with you. But your thing is, why you gonna? I mean, especially in the next 4 years, why you gonna go look for a job anyway to be hired? You should be making your own job. So, revolutionary people. I mean, you know, it's good to come in this room and we masturbate on the information. And that's what we've been doing for the last 5 years I've been in it, okay? But the thing is, a revolutionary looks for solutions. Then he or she takes those solutions, incorporate that in their lives and build a reality. Now, that's what the Patriot movement is doing from the white side. Our decision now is for those people, hey, we introduced them to what we have. You ready to come with it? Fine. If you're not, fine. We got to do what we got to do.
So good for that, but you have got to tell them when they come under heavy persecution.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, big time.
Oh yeah. But I mean, you know, you're gonna be persecuted whether you do it or not. You either gonna be a real slave, or you're gonna learn how to live outside the system. And I don't really believe you can run anywhere because it's global.
Right.
It's a global system. So I ain't looking to run nowhere. I want to face Rockefeller right here.
That's right.
On his home turf.
That's right.
Brother, I heard your name quickly. Brother Wade, you were mentioning, you kept saying we have a program, we have a forum or something of that nature. I would like to know, when is this forum held so I can come and learn some of these remedies?
We are going to be meeting at Brother Ibo Dawali's place, Africa by Design. And what we're going to do, the first of the year, we're going to be having these various forums for what you need to know. And this is not to come and discuss New World Order, so forth, debate. Nobody's going to be debating here. We're going to learn procedure. You're going to learn Georgia rules of civil procedure. You're going to learn how to do the things about suing the banks to get money. You're going to learn how to get out of your Social Security. Everybody I talked to told me that you can't get your money back, but I've seen how you can get your money back. We've actually talked to people that have gotten their money back.
I don't mean to interrupt.
Yes.
I'll be disrespectful.
Yes,
Is
sir.
there a number that we can call? If there's a fee?
Give the number to your shop.
770-593-2194.
2194.
770-593-2194.
To add on to that,
It's at the January 1997 is when we're going to start these forums.
To add on to that, I was out at the Washita Nation just last week, and I've seen where all these patriot groups and all these militias and everything has been coming back under the Washita people to get this stuff, because this ain't real money out here that these feds are giving them, that they're getting. See, they got to come back through us. This is our land right here. A lot of us don't know that. And see, the white boy has just figured that out. And I'm talking large corporates. I saw corporate conditions and stuff and contracts coming through there to buy off our land over here. See, I know we call ourselves Asiatic and all that, but see, we don't understand the whole planet was called Asia at one time. This is our planet. And the white boy's telling you that all the time in his advertisement, Reeboks and everything. This is our planet. We got to claim, see, even in the Bible where it says everything in the east is as it was in the west. See, Egypt and all that started here, my brothers and sisters. And the bottom line is this. We got to claim what's here first. And all that stuff, even in the feds, all the documents, see, they looking for the word more. That's in federal documents long before this white boy put down his constitutions and all this stuff. The word more stuck out. They ain't looking for Negro, American citizen. They ain't looking for none of that. They looking for the word more. And see, we're not doing that. I've been through the courts. I've been through the jail systems and everything. When you sign out of there, I don't care what they brought you in there for. You sign out under Your Majesty, Zell Miller. And then you give it right back up, sign it out. I don't care whether they made you guilty or innocent. One way or the other, you signed a sheet. And that thing at the top says, under Zell Miller, okay? And he's under Your Majesty, Zell Miller. This is the bottom line. If you run the conditions of the way the militias and all these boys are running, even the ones that felt like they won, they go right back under the state when they sign out. And see, they found this out late. I got only been able to see this after I went to the Washita, where the Moors began here. Because all this land is ours, even throughout Georgia, but you got to claim it. We've been setting for reparations the wrong way. We've been using all these other terms, all outside of ourselves. It ain't going to work till we start using the word more and come collectively on it. It ain't going to work. I'm going to tell you that now. It's in documents. They've been waiting for this, but we haven't woke up to it yet. We want to stay divided over this issue. I'm telling you stuff that's in concrete writing. Stuff I've seen concrete. I've seen offers come concrete from these militias and patriot movements. They got to come through us, and the Empress ain't giving up none of it. And that's why a lot of this stuff, she doesn't allow us to just come out here and incorporate amongst ourselves because we'll mess it up. But,
thank you, brother.
okay, I ain't gonna hold it
I won't
process.
hold you on too long. The brothers back there, they gave you the phone number where they're going to meet. Anyone else have an organization that they want to give the phone number to or whatever? Anyone else? Are there organizations that we already belong to that we want to give the phone number to, that we want to bring people in?
But you gotta go through this process. The brother's right. You got to go through this process.
And we need to help the Washita Nation. They're killing the male members of that nation.
Explain who they are.
Okay, in New Orleans, I don't know. Okay, with the Washita Nation, that's in what's the whole area?
Monroe.
Yeah, Monroe, Louisiana. There. Right. I forget how many acres of land.
3 million.
Close to 3 million. Close to 3 million.
Yeah.
Well, what has happened is they basically are just killing the Empress sons and brothers and uncles. They're killing all of the male members of the family.
Who's the Empress?
She's the Empress of Morocco.
Who the Empress? The Empress is basically what everybody once known as Louisiana Purchase was originally owned by what they termed in this country the ancient ones, the original Aboriginal Africans that once were in this country. And if you ever remember Kevin Costner's show that he had on about the Indians last year sometime, that's the only indication that he gave through it, and he talked about the Mississippi Valley and how they had mounds. They had a great mound civilization. And they said the only note that he made towards it was saying that they were termed the ancient ones. That was it. So if you didn't know who the ancient ones were, they went right over your head. These were African, Asiatic, whatever you want to term them, us, black people. So basically how the great Queen Mother left a paper trail for our ancestors receiving to be able to pick it up, and basically is known, I guess you can say, as what the Louisiana Purchase is, which goes from the bottom of the Gulf of Mexico damn near to Canada. And certain parts of basically the East Coast, but not the 13 colonies, the original 13 states and colonies, not including Pennsylvania, New England states, and on down. So basically, the Empress has this, and she's been fighting for years. They broke her back, they killed her mother, they killed her father, they killed all of this. But being that you all know as far as time, and where we are now in time as far as the new millennium, because we're in it now, the year 2000 is now. This year. That's right. All things will come forth now, and as they have. So she's reclaimed Monroe, Louisiana. That is a sovereign state or city or area. And the only reason basically she can't claim the rest of the states is because she doesn't have a standing army to claim it. You know how dealing with the beast is. Might makes right. She owns it, but it's like, so fucking what? Right. You see what I'm saying? Because we're not organized. And the thing of it is as a nation race, all that doesn't matter. And even I just seen the tape recently, she has white people amongst her circle. But we can't say shit because we're not down there to help her or support her. These Europeans are waking up and understanding what time it is and who she is. You see what I'm saying? Same thing with like these militias. They white boys, they Aryan nation, because basically they were pitted against us to start this race war. Not that it still may not happen, but they're waking up to who America is and what she is. So this is who the Empress is, and she is open. They're starting this out. They have their own driver's license. They have their own passports, IDs,
Constitution.
And all. Exactly, brother. Their own constitution.
And they're looking for people to come out. If you don't have nothing to do, you can go in and they're looking for people.
And claim some land.
So there's no reason for a black man or woman to be unemployed.
That's right. They got the money to pay you and everything.
So when we talk about,
all you got to do is go.
So when we talk about getting out of the system, this is one of the viable alternatives that we have. Because number one, once we get out of this system and we won't get our cards, we're going to have to be able to feed ourselves some kind of way. So if you're not sufficient in agriculture, you know what I'm saying, we're done.
That's right. So the Empress is a woman, an individual, or
yeah, she's about 70 years old.
About 69 years old.
And she's in Monroe, Louisiana. So I think you can go to Culture Communication. Is that right?
Yeah.
Culture Communication and get more information down there on the address and numbers, and she has a book, tapes, all kind of What's this? Culture Communications is Griff.
Right next to the beautiful restaurant. It's next to the beautiful restaurant? The beautiful restaurant is on Cascade.
Culture Communication. Very
I want to thank you all for coming. I really appreciate that. Everyone get my number? 560-8392. I want to meet with those brothers that can get those color transparencies and brother Eugene here. Brother, copies of your number. Brother's gonna have the team editing this lecture, about other lectures, putting together lectures on the side. Number 404-560-8392. Thank you very much.
Still articulate that blacks are going too fast, while the others think blacks have too much in it already.
It means that even though they've tried every damn thing they can come up with, check us out, we're still here anyway.
You see, in order for the white man to rule this world, he has to first